In today's video, I'm going to take a quick look at the President Taylor FCC AM mobile CB radio. The President Taylor FCC is a 40-channel AM CB radio. This is what I would call a full-featured CB radio. On the front panel, we have a USB charge port. We have a 6-pin microphone connector, emergency switch, noise blanker ANL switch, CB, PA, and Talkback switch. We have a weather button. We have a function and Vox button. These are dual function buttons. We have a rotary volume control, rotary squelch control, a rotary channel selector. We have our little LCD readout here, and probably one of my favorite parts about this radio is we have an analog S meter. On the back panel, we have a heatsink for the final output transistor, chassis mount SO239 connector, a input for Vox microphone, PA speaker output, external speaker output, and a hardwired power cord with inline fuse holder and a plug to disconnect. On the bottom of the radio, we have a 2.5-inch diameter speaker. For exterior dimensions, we have approximately 5 3/4 inches width, 1 3/4 inches in height, and 7 total inches in depth. That is including the heatsink. The stock mic that comes with the Taylor is the standard President Electret microphone. That has an Electret element in that, which is a pretty high gain element, has a very good voice quality to it, very natural, considerably better than the old school dynamic elements. I really like this microphone. Of course, it has the 6-pin connector on that. This is a high quality connector. The microphone dimensions are approximately 2.5 by 3.5. We have up-down controls for channel selection, and this will also help you go through some of the menu functions. At the beginning of this video, I told you folks that this is a full-featured CB radio. So in this segment, we're going to show you some of those features. In order to utilize the little menu here, we're going to momentarily press the F or function button. First setting is for our microphone. This is now factory set at Electret microphone. That's what comes stock with it. If we want to put on, say, a power mic or any kind of an aftermarket mic that is a dynamic or a standard microphone, we can do it. We can go from Electret to dynamic, push it, and it'll set it. Our next setting would be the menu reset. We can go through our 7 colors in this function. So we'll push that function button again. We'll go through green, orange, purple, yellow, cayenne blue, back to green. You get the color you want. Push the function button again. We're going to go to dim next. Push that again. And we can dim this from 9 to 0 or off. That's very handy for mobile situations. Sometimes this can be a little bright. Key beep on, that is what you're hearing now. This is the beep that you're hearing now. We want to turn that off, so we'll push that function button again. Turn the channel selector or the rotary controller to off, and it's gone. We have Roger beep. That is a transmitted Roger beep. When you unkey the radio, it'll go bleep. We have our SWR function. This is for the SWR circuitry and setting in this, which is kind of an interesting thing. I will show you that in another video. Okay, we have our emergency 1 setting and emergency 2 setting. What this is doing is this is allowing us to change this function button over here. Currently, stock emergency 1 would be channel 9, and emergency 2 down here would be 19. We can change that if we would like. If we want to, we can make emergency 1, say channel 6, and emergency 2, maybe channel 40, or whatever you would like. Okay, and that's kind of an interesting function. Let's go to like 1. Push it again. Emergency 2. Push it again. We'll take that up to 40. Push that again. Now we have those like that. Let's get out of this menu. There's channel 1 for emergency 1. There's channel 40. And then we were going to revert back to 9 because that's where I actually started this video. So let's push this function again. We've already set those. Turn that volume down. Now this is our Vox adjustment for the length of Vox duration and gain. This is our PA setting. So this is kind of an interesting setting, and I'm going to toggle this a little bit just to keep it in this mode while I explain to you how this mode goes. When it is in, you can transmit audio to your PA speaker from your microphone. So it'd basically just be a standard PA speaker, or you can make the adjustment so all of your incoming signals or incoming CB traffic and when you key the mic will go through the PA speaker. That's kind of a neat function. Okay. Why would we do that, Wagon Master? Well, you know what? Say you're camping and you're outside of your vehicle. You want to hear what's going on the CB outside of the vehicle. And so you would hit PA, your function, to enable incoming monitored signals to go through your PA. And there you have it. When you hit the PA button down here, everything's coming, all of your received signal is coming into your PA. Obviously, you'd have your PA horn or speaker underneath your hood or underneath your vehicle or somewhere mounted randomly, I guess. All right. So that's kind of a cool setting. Next, we have our weather functions here. Here in Salt Lake City, this is our active weather channel, channel 1. We can go through all 7 preset channels. Okay. We can go back to normal CB. However, if you push and hold this, now if you have a weather emergency or a weather alert coming through on any one of those channels, when that alert is triggered, it will knock out the CB radio reception part and it will go to the weather channel. Just like that. So for those of you where that's kind of a thing, that's a very, very neat feature to have. We will run through some of these buttons. Okay, remember we set this to emergency 1 was channel 1. Emergency 2 was 40. This is our normal channel, so when it's in the off position, we just revert back to the normal channels here on this rotary channel selector, okay? Here is our A&L noise blanker on right now, and they're mixed together. There is off. I have a lot of noise here tonight. I usually run it with my A&L noise blanker on. And then the third setting, we can use A&L noise blanker with a high frequency cut so if it's really raspy ignition noise or some sort of a power line noise, this just allows us another way to hopefully filter it out a little bit or make it less annoying on our ears. Next feature is our CB Talkback feature. So what we have is we have just standard CB, but if we want to hear what we sound like, maybe you have an echo mic or you're not sure if the radio is working properly, we can activate Talkback, turn up the volume a little bit. Okay, 1, 2, 3, we have Talkback. Now, if that's not enough volume for you, then what you do is you push the microphone key, push and hold, turn the channel selector, and that will turn up our volume on that. So that is kind of a neat thing to do. Remember, in order to adjust the Talkback function, you have to have the radio keyed up. You're getting too much feedback, and that's just too much, then what you do is just turn it down, and that will mellow it out. It's a pretty cool feature. All right, and last but not least, we have the patented ASC, or the automatic squelch control. All right. This is cool. We turn it counterclockwise all the way, and you'll hear the switching sound. You can feel the dent in there. And now we're in automatic squelch mode. So you don't have to do any setting or anything. It's already done for you. It's at a preset level. This is a nice feature to have if you're, say, convoying or you're on the road and everybody that you're talking to is fairly close. Now, take it out. We can go back to a more manual squelch where we turn it like that. Now, I've found in using this radio that even though this cuts right off just like that, some of the older CBs will kind of fade into a squelch. This is not a choppy squelch. This is not an annoying squelch circuit. I like this. This is a nice, smooth squelch circuit. So, yeah, that's pretty good. I like the way President did that. And a couple cool things about this radio. We have a very positive clicking channel selector slash, the technical term is it's called a rotary encoder. Very positive, doesn't feel cheap. You can't really wiggle it around. There are a lot of CBs out there that's just very cheap, cheesy feeling. I like that this is a good solid feel. And then I think the coolest thing about this radio is on this particular model, they went back to an analog SRF meter. Most CBers prefer this over the little digital meters. I really like that they did that. Not only that, they're easier to read. They're more accurate if you want to get, say, receive signal comparisons, stuff like that with whoever you're talking to. It's just a really super nice way to go. Another cool thing about this is, you know, we have the USB jack in the front. This is a pretty hot USB jack. This will get a cell phone charged up pretty quick, and this works. This is active whether the radio is on or off, as long as the radio has power coming to it. So let's say that you have this plugged into a cigarette lighter or something like that. When you turn off your car and your cigarette lighter jack or your accessories jack goes off with the ignition switch, this will not allow us to charge a phone with the radio off. However, if this is hooked up to a constant 12-volt source, then this is always active and you can charge your device whether the radio's on or off. I really like this radio. I'm not a fan of menu-driven radios. However, this has all the important features in old-school switch-type technology. All right, this is a feature that's going to be used a lot. Would be the CBPA Talkback switch, the ANL noise blanker. I really like that being right there. The weather alert is very cool. You don't have to sit and hunt through all of this. And I really like the analog SRF meter. Okay, when I first unboxed this rig, I put it on my test setup and I read RF power output. This was right at the legal 4-watt limit, and it's cruising right at around 85% modulation. Very nice, very clean, good communication style audio. There was not a problem with this. This noise blanker circuit does a pretty darn good job of filtering out fuel injector noise, ignition noise in most vehicles. It's also small enough to pretty much mount in most modern vehicles. I will leave a link to this down below through Amazon. I will leave a link to President so you could maybe go shopping on their website and compare radios, see how this stacks up for you. And please leave questions or comments down below. Thanks for watching, and if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you very much.